Hi everybody, I'm Amanda Freed and I am so grateful to be here and show up with you and teach a meditation. We'll wait a few minutes. I think we're a couple of minutes early for the 1 o'clock time, but I just wanted to jump on here and say hi and tell you how grateful I am to be here today and to be with you today. If you happen to tune in and you'd love to say hi or wave, let me know. There's so many exciting things coming up for me, for us, for you in the future. And I'm just ready to show up and teach some more and to chime in and welcome you guys into what I think is a super exciting opportunity. I'm hearing so many wonderful stories of what life might be able to look like post-COVID. And I don't really believe there's any sort of post-COVID possibility, right? There's not a before and after, there's really just a now. And so we're gonna have some long-lasting effects and some positive things, maybe a little more sanitation that we could have used on this planet. Maybe a little more consciousness about the fact that we aren't all powerful and we're really not running the show. We're kind of just showing up for the show, but we're not running the full show of nature out there. So I think it's really a great opportunity now to turn our intent and our thinking on its ear a little bit. So I'm hoping that you will come with me as co-authors and co-ushers of moving into this new time. In yoga, we talk about ages or chunks of time that are called yugas. And some believe that we're coming out of Kali Yuga, and Kali is darkness, which is not bad either, but a lot of bad stuff happened. And that we're coming into the Sat Yuga. And so I'm going to be talking extensively today. I'm not going to be talking extensively, but I am going to be talking extensively about Sat and what the word Sat means and how we can enter this really beautiful divine state. Missa Baker, I love you. I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to talk to you in person someday soon. So I'm going to talk for a little bit, we're going to settle in, we're going to meditate together, and then I'll bring you out of meditation. So just for now, I want you to know that what I'm working on right now. I'm going to do a podcast on worthiness. Thanks for your love, Missa. Going to be doing a podcast on worthiness. I feel like lately a lot of what's been coming up for me and a lot of people is how does unworthiness manifest in our lives? So take that as a little teaser about what the work I'm gonna be doing coming up here real soon. We're gonna have a podcast. I'm gonna have guests on. If you're interested in being a guest, let me know. We'll ask 3 questions. How does unworthiness show up in your life? Where do we think it came from? And how does it show up in your body? So we're not gonna solve any problems. We're not gonna heal anybody, but I just wanna start this conversation. There's also an idea of spiritual bypassing, how we sort of work on a spiritual life and maybe don't work on the human connection that we'd really like to have. Hey, Rachel. So that's a little bit of the work coming up. The work that I've always done or have done for a really long time that I'm doing more and more of is teaching mantra meditation. We'll talk about that a little bit. I teach asana yoga. I have a 4 and 6 month Dharma program. So if you're, it's a Dharma discovery program. So if you're wondering, okay, I'm ready for this new time, but I don't know really what my niche is, I work with you personally for 4 or 6 months. You can DM me if you're interested in doing any one of those programs, group meditation, private meditation, and I'm working on a meditation subscription group, a monthly meditation subscription. All right, so that's all the advertisement. So a few people are on, so let's get into the meat of what we're talking about. So the word sat, S-A-T, in yoga means perfection. Let's just say Sat means perfection, but it's not the image of perfection that we think of. When Westerners think of perfection, we think of flawless. In yoga, the idea of Sat is your essence and takes into account the fact that if we're human, there will be certain flaws. And so even those come under this heading of exactly as you were designed to be, exactly who you were designed to be. So we can have, and all do have, an inherent, hi Leah, we have an inherent spiritual goodness and a purity and a perfection. Every single one of us. I don't know, it doesn't matter who you think you are. I don't care who you think the other person is. We are all Sat, perfect in our essence, because another word for essence is Sat. So can we wrap our heads around this? Can we get to the place where we know that we are perfection personified, that he, she is perfection personified? And what happens is, because especially we in the West are so identified with the problem of my body, the problem of my mind, the problem of my upbringing, the problem of my mother, the problem of this kid in 2nd grade that said this thing to me that stayed with me for the rest of my life, and now I'm walking around wounded. They're all there. They all need attention. I get it. But these are all superficial conditions that we draw in and design as a problem. That we go, oh, this is why I can't get to my divine self, to my spirituality, because all of these things happened. It's not true. It's in there. So we can honor them, we can nurture ourselves, we can take care of whatever pain or discomfort that we've had in our lives, and yes, go work on that. But know that beneath all of that is perfection, is beauty, is bliss. And so if we go, okay, I know that, like when I teach asana yoga, it's like, let's get around the body by getting in the body. Let's solve the problem of the body because we decided the body was a problem. It's not a problem. My upbringing is not a problem. My obstacles are not a problem unless that's where my attention is focused. It's okay. Probably most of the day my attention is focused on, but when we meditate, we take this moment to say, okay, I'm going to lay all that stuff down for a moment, and I'm going to sit with my perfect self. And then if we do that on a regular basis, that perfect self begins to pervade the imperfect external condition. So we get to be there more. So let's practice. I'll stop talking. So find your comfortable seat. And allow the eyes to close down if you're comfortable doing so. And connect with your breath. So the breath is both physical and it's part of this divine self because it's an exchange of energy. It is Sat. So that part of the breath that not only feeds the cells of the body, but that connects me to my deeper and energetic self. So don't worry about the part that connects to the body. That takes care of itself. I inhale. Oh, my cells are bathed and fed with oxygen. Great. All I had to do was inhale. I'm not even doing it. It's just happening. But I want to focus on the energetic part of the breath. The part that literally connects me to my highest. Even that takes no effort. So when we inhale, you can just imagine that electrical connection to our highest. And when we exhale, we're doing two things. The physical manifestation is exhaling toxins or that which we don't any longer need. But we're also releasing any energetic blocks that we've had anything that is keeping me from this Sat, this perfect place within myself. And at the same time, we're feeding the environment. So what I don't need anymore, I'm giving out in beauty, not in negativity. It's like, I'm done with this. These shoes don't fit me anymore. Would you like them? They're still perfectly good for you. So the longer we stay and just connect with that energetic part of the breath, the part that connects us to the deepest expression of who we are, the part that is beneath and beyond our habits, our beliefs, our bodies, our wounding, our stories. So with the exhale, we can release all of that and just sit with the essence of you. This is what we call the great I am, or Soham. And now for a few moments, what I'd like you to do is silently repeat Om. So Om is considered Sat, a perfect sound. So human speak, we say words and immediately we have a feeling, a thought, or an image. And the Om is a neutral sound. So it doesn't evoke a feeling, a thought, or an image. It's pure sound. So inside, silently, as you connect with the breath, at the same time, repeat the sound of Om. As an expression of perfect, pure sound. Everything on the planet is already vibrating with this sound of Om. All we're doing is remembering our connection to all that is. So much of our thought, impression, and feeling is meant to disconnect us from ourselves, from each other, from the highest, from all that is. But when we come into this deeper state, we remember that we are actually connected to all that is. We are part of the Om. Deepening the breath. If the mind wanders, gently bring the attention and the awareness back to the sound of Om. So we're not creating the sound. We're not forcing the sound. We can tune into our finest hearing and join in with the sound of Om that's already happening in everything around us. And the mind will come in and want some attention, and sounds in the room or outside will come in and want some attention. You can recognize them. Oh, there's a sound. Oh, there's a thought. And then gently bring the awareness back to where you'd like it to be, either the breath or the sound of Om. Within Om is I am. And in Western culture, we like to follow that up with something. I'm this or I'm that. I'm short or I'm tall. I'm good or I'm bad. For now, see if you can resonate with I am and nothing attached to it. I am, or I amness, is the current state of you in your perfect form. I am not this or that. I just am. You can experience that in the Om, or in I am, or in Soham. We can connect the inner word to the breath. Now notice how you feel in the body. It's impossible to approach a spiritual life without being connected to your body. Not the body as a problem, but the body as a vehicle. The breath is moving through your body. The mantra or the sound is moving through your body. So now we experience the body from the inside out, from the perfection that you are, from the essence of you. And now gently releasing the mantra, let's bring the awareness back to the breath. And on the inhale, feel the rib cage expand out to the sides. On the exhale, keep that expansiveness. So we keep a fullness in the rib cage, even as we exhale. Noticing with each inhale, you might be able to expand a little bit more. It reminds us that the inner states are boundless. Our thinking mind is limited. Physical bodies can be limited. But in here, in the perfection of you, you are limitless. Because you're an expression of the divine, which is attributeless and limitless. This is your natural state. This is the you beyond the you that you've labeled. This is your sat, your perfection, your truth. Another word for sat is truth. Any evidence to the contrary is in error. You are divine, you are perfect, exactly as you are, with all that you have now. Deepen your breath. Feel how you feel in your body. Bring the hands together over the heart in gratitude and as a way of receiving the offering that you gave yourself in the practice today. And we'll gently begin to focus again on the inhale. Just beginning to bring an awareness back into the body. You can check in with the muscles of the body. If you want to wiggle fingers and toes or stretch, you may. Over the course of the next few breaths, we kind of bring the awareness and the attention up and back to the surface. Gently blinking the eyes open. I always want to come out of meditation very, very slowly. Maybe look around the room, see if the vision has changed a little bit. So when we spend time with the deeper self, the deeper awareness that is not dependent on our external situation or belief systems, we emerge changed every single time. So I'm so happy to be of service to you here, and I would love to be of service to you on any level that is attractive to you. The Dharma program, mantra meditation courses. If you want to be part of the podcast about worthiness, reach out to me. So I'm happy to talk with you and support you in any way that I can. I'm Amanda Freed, and I'm so grateful to have spent this time with you. Have a great day.